Right, so far this is what I have implemented. So I can press space to make the ball jump, and the pillars are continuing to move to right, move to left, and that's it. So if I hit, the ball starts rotating, and the camera is also rotates with that. But I think I have locked, yeah, I have locked translation, white translation, and rotation. So why does it keep moving? Maybe, yeah, let's move this part into here. Set up mesh, and compile. Right, compilation complete. These things are not updated. I should see ticks here if they are correctly updated. So why not? No, how does it has anything to do with this error? Warning. It shouldn't have, but just to be sure, let's add the root component to, or before that, let me close this. Because sometimes when we do stuff in the construction script, they don't seem to update correctly unless we restart the editor. And also to avoid with that warning about root component, here we do have a root component here. Let me copy this. View property, it defaults only. Using component root. Let me add this. Here, and just like here, I'll create a root component, this piece of code. Set up root. Okay, now here, let's use root and build. Okay, project restarted. Let's see. Right, lock position is correct. Lock rotation is somehow not. Why? Block rotation. Shall we try blocking rotations of each axis separately? Block x rotation, yeah, true. Okay, save and compile. Right, compilation complete. No. Right, why? Shall we close and rebuild? Alright, now it's there. Cool. So now if I play, the ball should not rotate. Yeah, so the camera is not rotating. Also, I don't really need the camera to snap, so let me disable this do collision test. Actually, we could do that with the C++ also, but to make it easier and faster, it's just a tick, so I'll just disable it here. Okay, so this is what we have at the moment, and the next step is getting an event when this ball hit an object. So for that, we need to implement an OnComponentHit event. So here, let's go to the header file. Let's add u function void on mesh it. Let's we can use any name here, it doesn't matter. So but this has to have a certain pattern in parameters. So first one should be u primitive component pointer, let's call it hit comp, and the next parameter should be actor, another pointer, other actor. So this is again this will represent the actor that hits that collide with this object. Next one should be other component, that is also u primitive component other comp. So this will represent the component of the other actor that collided with the component of this actor, and an f vector that represents normal impulse, the impulse of the hit event, and another constant f hit result. Y hit. Okay. We need to use an and sign here. Hit. Right. Now let's implement this in our C++ file. Okay, let's go there. And for now, let's just print the name of the actor who get hit, who collides with the mesh. So for that, let's use an f string actor hit actor name. We can get it with using this other actor, get name. Oops, get name. Right. Now in order to print this, we can use ue log. log temp type warning text hit by hit by hit actor. Okay, now even though we have implemented this on mesh hit function, we need to bind this to OnComponentHit event of the mesh. So we can do that here. Mesh OnComponentHit and add dynamic. Why is this? This also should work. So we need to give the address of the function because we are trying to bind this function to this component event. So for that, and sign pw but apw but on mesh hit, right? Oh wait, first we need to give this subject reference, right? All right, let's compile. Oh, missing variable name. Sorry, this should be simple. No. Let me type this again. pw but on mesh hit. Oh, here there is something missing, right? Sorry, hit. That should be the case. And there should be an and sign. How did I delete that? Okay, now it should work. Oh, what now? This. Yeah, we need to do a toString here. Oops, no. Get fname toString. Right. Okay. Here there should be a pointer mark. Alright, compilation complete. Now every time this ball hits on some surface, we should see the name of that surface. Let's see. And we don't see that. one more thing. I forgot to enable this simulation generates hit events. If I just enable this, will that work? It doesn't. Okay. Here, where did we had this? Let me move this part to the begin play, and also mesh body instance, hit. Oh no, actually it's something like we notify. Yeah, this one. True. Okay, save and compile. Alright, compilation complete. Let's see if this. Okay, this is not enabled. Maybe we will have to do a restart. Do we see? No. Alright, then let's close this and rebuild. Alright, let's see. No. Okay. Alright, let's try one more thing. Let's move these into begin play. And play. Well, I again moved all these functions, all these setups to the constructor from the begin play and recompiled everything. Now it seems to work. See, if I play, wait, I need to see see here, you can see the name of the collided object. So alright, let me restart. See, I get the hit by building C1. Okay, so that part is working, and yeah, now we have the collision event. So next time I am going to work on some simple retry menu. Once we hit on an object, we are going to show the retry menu, and when I press retry, the game restarts. So that's the next part. So I'm gonna stop this episode right here. And thanks for watching. As always, project files will be available for the download in the Patreon page. Link would be in the description below. And if you like to support my work, you can get the membership of the Patreon club. See you in another episode. Goodbye.